Good evening everyone, welcome back to Tom Plays Bannerlord for Absolute Beginners. We are finally ready to declare a kingdom and possibly get instantly killed, but we'll see. In theory we should be in a really good position. So... you're going to go and see Farrak? I think you can go and see anyone. I'm not entirely clear on how it chooses your capital city, so I'm doing this in Vlandians because this is what I want to be my capital. There's Aluda. Where is Farrak hiding? It's Elen, our newest member. Morning, chaps. Oh, there's a few of them hanging out on the balcony there. Here he is.
I am yours to command.
It is time to take a momentous step. It is time to proclaim a new kingdom. Oh, interesting. Right, well, I'm going to go with the Battanians, cantons, and law speakers. Right, now, from what I remember, the name needs to be something like Battanians, Vlandians. It's got to be something you can put the in front of. So, given we're vaguely Celtic, I guess I'll go with the Celts. There we go. New realm, the Celts. So if you'd use like a normal kingdom name, if I'd gone with like Scotland or Wales or Ireland, it would have sounded wrong because they put other in front of it. Okay, brilliant. We now have a kingdom. So we're now instantly in a race against time to make some nobles. We should, however, immediately have access to the kingdom screen, which we've never looked at before. So we can use this to do a whole bunch of things. So one of them is policies. We can see these policies that we just took. These are the Battanian ones. So cantons. Rulers organise farmers into groups of households. Okay, well that looks useful. Law speakers. You've got a high charm, you gain 1 influence per day. So influence is going to be quite a big deal. So we've got a bunch of other laws. Some we're going to want. Some we're absolutely not going to want. Like, definitely don't want that one because that would affect us. Although it will give us more party size. But we don't want to be losing influence. Influence of the ruler, yeah, we definitely don't want marshals. We want anything that will increase our own influence. And secondly, there you see, now this one. This one will be extremely useful. I was just thinking we could probably enact some of these when there's no one to argue. Clans lose 1 influence per day. So you'll see we've now got a requirement of influence to enact policies. So our influence... Why do we actually map that on here? Well, it's listed in here in any case. So we've currently got 5,855. So that's quite a bit. So this diplomacy screen, this is where we would declare wars and things. I believe this has been heavily improved in war sales, and probably improved even if you don't buy war sales. But we shall see. We more or less match for Sturgians already, and we don't even have any nobles yet. Battania we're already stronger than. Everyone else we're potentially in trouble with. But the important thing is that we can now declare make armies. Okay, are there any other policies that we want to do before we have people to argue? Okay, land tax sounds good. Royal privilege. Ooh, that sounds good. State monopolies. Not as fussed by that, honestly. Let's not overdo this because we do want our nobles to be powerful, but anything that gives us more influence or makes it easier for us to do things. Yeah, you see, I don't necessarily want... Oh, this is good. Used by for the ruler. Okay, that's maybe not as good as I was thinking just then. Right, let's leave it there. We're not going to do this perfectly. But hopefully you get the idea. There are a bunch of laws we can pass. Some make us more powerful, some make nobles more powerful, some have other effects. Once we have nobles, they're all going to argue, so it's going to be put to a vote. So I was just getting some of the ones which are likely to be less popular in there early. Okay, so the Vlandians have just declared war on us already. So I had better summon an army. However, I'm going to make my first noble while I'm here. Yeah, so you see I didn't even have time to ride to the next town before the Vlandians had already declared war.
I'm yours to command.
So we're going to give her Aster Castle. So it's going to cost us 500 influence and 20,000 ducats. Well, the ill-starred clan name. Right, so usually the clans in Battania are Fen something. I can't remember if Fen is capitalised. I'm going to assume it is. So I'm probably just going to pick a name based on her nickname. So Fen Ilstar. And there we go. So she is our first noble. To look at the clans, we've got Fen Ilstar. So hopefully she will get married, start having kids of her own, and most importantly be raising armies and things. And she will also, if we manage to take any Battanian castles, we'll probably end up giving them to her, because we won't have the option of giving them to ourselves, at least once we've got 3 or more nobles. Right, so armies, we need to make an army. So to start with, we can get our own parties for no influence at all. We can also now pull in a Biles party. So we won't have the army immediately, but this should give us some ability to fight back against the Battanians. Not the Battanians, the Vlandians, although I've no doubt everyone else is going to join in any second. So Abiel is already in the army. The other 3 members haven't reached us yet, which is why they greyed out. Well, this will allow us to put together, well, an army far bigger than anything we could field before. So it's not all bad, but we're still much, much weaker than the Vlandians. So if we can buy them off to gain ourselves some time, we absolutely will. Okay, Arlech. Let's make our second Battanian noble. Oh, there's Abiel. She's hanging out with Arlech.
I await your orders.
She's probably telling him what's about to happen. Give him Drumore. Fenfair? Might spell it fancily. Fenfair, there you go. Somewhat questioning whether I actually want to drag all of our nobles into our army immediately. Oh, that's interesting. I think these guys are already, I guess, sons or brothers of Arlech. Interesting. So they start with no influence. Alright, they've both got 3 members, so that's good. So Abiel has Cadogan and Idwin. Fenthere's Prindor unaided. Okay, well this looks hopeful. Actually quite curious now. Oh, hang on, that was a different Abiel. Yeah, we want Fen Ilstar. So I wonder what it says about her family. very clear who everyone is. Still, that's technically their own affair now. Just check armies. So I could drag Arlek in. I think I might do, honestly. This is the big problem. Do we dare leave things unattended long enough? Right, I might swing by the south. So we really need to get our Sturgian nobles. I need to remember we don't actually have our full army yet either. Oh, it looks like Athene is coming to join us. But I may need to break up some sieges, and I could certainly do with splotting some. And I better hold still for a second so they can join us. This is where having a lot of foods are going to come in handy, because we're going to have to feed this entire army, I think. Nope, keep moving, keep moving. So now I've got 700 people. Still not really up to the level of the Vlandians. If we can possibly make peace with the Vlandians, we should. But at the same time, I would absolutely not say no to any nice easy victories. I've got someone running around here, for example. Although we're going to have a bit of a nightmare catching them. Okay, let's switch to the larger group, because they should be slower. But we could just attack Lanark Hen. Just trying to work out if we're actually catching up or not. I really do not want to be following them around. Pause. It's got a militia and a garrison. I don't know. I don't think this is a good idea. I think we would be better off leaving them to it. Oh, army. Okay, who's attacking us now? The Battanians. Ooh, you're going to regret that. Well, maybe you won't. We'll see. So we've got an army here that's similar size to us.
Halt there! Who are you? I would know whom I slay.
There's Lord of Maranov, is he? Right, so he's the actual king. I don't think we are outnumbered. King Erdogan. Alright, okay, well.
Under my orders!
Okay. Right. So I think we have our usual lineup here. but we may not want to have our usual people commanding. So let's see what we've actually got. Abiel has one-handed, athletics, bow, two-handed. She's pretty good with two-handed. So let's put her in charge of our two-handed troops. I should have put a lock on that. Oleg. He's pretty good at two-handed as well, but he's got a spear bracing banner, so let's give him charge of Yuha's troops. But we'll put Yuha in his group. Marksman's flag's good at riding, and I'm guessing bow, so Athene can do the mounted archers. Alright, Calator is also the same. Let's get a phalanx standard. Not very clear what she normally does, I have to say. I'll give her one of these, and actually thinking about it, let's give Calator the on-foot archers. Alright, these are both mounted, are they? Doesn't necessarily matter, to be fair. Still, it'll probably be easier if we just stick them in the groups. So, Polon 28, I'll put her in the mounted melee. That's fine. Okay, what have we got to deal with? Right, well, we've got a lot of woods. Which is good in a way, because it will make it harder for the Vlandians to charge us. Unfortunately, everything is a bit flat, which is less useful, I would say. Okay. So let's shield wall you guys up. See if it's possible to make a little kill zone here. At least. I'm going to put these guys loose. In fact, possibly the archers should be loose as well. So the idea is that the archers are in front to start with, but if they get in melee range, we will unleash the what are they, wildlings? So same deal here. I'm just thinking loose formation makes sense in the trees anyway. So if we get our them back a bit. So I think that's the same sort of thing. So where do we put the... Right, let's have, as a kind of surprise attack, we'll have our two-handed shock troops just back there, and I guess we'll start our mounted troops over here for the same reason. Let's see how that goes. And we'll see if they're actually going to come to attack us. So in theory they do have the advantage. So I'm thinking we unleash the wildlings and the two-handed as soon as they look like they're getting too close. Let's do the mounted troops already. Right.
Soldier, give him hell! Infantry, attack!
Okay, so the archers are now fighting. Oh.
Soldier, kill them all!
Better unleash these guys as well. I think that'll pretty much cover it, to be honest. Main thing was just about making sure they couldn't use an initial charge to do too much damage. Hopefully they're nicely bogged down now. So I'm just going to make use of the being in easy mode and my excellent weapon. Yeah, I'd forgotten about this. Making peace is different now as well, of course. Now in theory I probably ought to be withdrawing my troops. Right, let's... No, I didn't want you to halt.
Hold your ground! Everyone! Sergeants in charge!
That's what I wanted. Let's just put them in charge. Because we might want to reform at this point. I'm not feeling they're making a bit of a hash of it by running away, but we'll keep going anyway. At least we noticeably have the advantage now. And I'm just rather conscious that while I'm doing this, I'm a bit distracted. Whereas flawed though the AI may be, at least it knows what's going on. Nope, sorry. You're on my side. Okay. Not sure if you're running away or not. Apologies if you are. I'm definitely not convinced this group's running away. I mean, they might be. And if they are, then great. Yeah, clearly not running away. Excellent. Yep, this is the one problem with shields, you can only point them in one direction at once. With a weapon like this, it's a little hard to tell which direction I'm going to swing at you from. Especially when you're facing away from me. Ooh! Reinforcements. Excellent. Not particularly skilled reinforcements either. Of course, the trees aren't an ideal environment for me either. My constant riding into them. Okay, let's find someone mounted. Oh, alternatively, let's find a massive group of enemy reinforcements. Horsey, not a good place to stand, I'm afraid. I think some of these guys are definitely running away now. Not convinced about the riders though. You're definitely not running away, are you? Too late to run away now. Okay, how are we doing? You guys want to stop looking back and just run. Yeah, you see, you're still keen to fight, I see. Chaps on the horse. How are we doing? Not very interested in killing people who are fleeing if I can avoid it. I don't think you're fleeing though, are you? Well, you really might want to consider it. I'm sure there's brownie points if you can take me out, but there we go. How are we doing? Are you guys still fighting? Go away. Right, okay, you're clearly just regrouping. Right, that's it. There we go. Okay, looks like we lost 27 people in total. So at some point, kind of want to keep moving. I'm not sure I want to take all these prisoners. Yep, experience the troops. Everything has changed now. Right. Let us see whether we can make peace with Vlandia. Oh right, we have to pay tribute per day. Holy cow, that's going to be expensive. Okay, yep, I had forgotten. Okay, so first let's head back to Dunglanis. Still, it might be worth it just to surely this person isn't going to attack us. Might be worth it just to buy us time to get the rest of our nobles set up, is all I'm thinking. Plus we could probably absolutely crush Battania. Yeah, so it's not a one-off payment anymore, that I had actually forgotten. That you have to pay them tribute to keep them from attacking you. We can in theory stop at any time, and we do have a lot of money. So it might well be worth it. Of course, we might be able to bring the tribute down if we're successful. I mean, eventually, if we capture all the nobles, we won't be able to raise armies at all. So at the moment, I'm seriously considering just chucking everyone in prison. Certainly chuck the nobles in prison. We ransom the rest of them. We also have to worry about cohesion, so the army isn't going to stay together forever. Haven't got any recruitable troops, but we could recruit some sword sisters, which I will in fact do. Right, I'm going to head over to Sionen, because nothing bad is happening just yet, at least. Oh, there's Osric's army. Okay, we could go and take out Osric's army. Still very worried about the cohesion here, though. So the cohesion is basically how long we can keep an army together before it fractures. Ooh, got two armies. Might be able to take them both down. I can't help feeling like we should just make peace, and that's if our nobles will let us. Oh, that's a bit better. Ah, that was with the Battanians. Right, okay. No, it's the Vlandians I wanted to make peace with. Okay, well, that was a mistake. So, be very careful who you're making peace with. Right, so in that case, I want to break up the army. So you can use influence to keep the army together. But let's disband it for now. And see if we can make it to Rotai before someone else attacks us. We're going to have to keep an eye on our money, because that is going to go down. So we're probably going to want to make war on the Battanians again. Northern Empire, okay. Northern Empire is going to be a problem. Sturgia, on the other hand, is possibly not going to be a problem. So, make peace with the Northern Empire. And then we'll go whack the Sturgians. It's a bit annoying because our Sturgian nobles haven't been made yet. But effectively, we want to be at peace with everyone except the Sturgians if we possibly can. So Western Empire again, I want to instantly make peace. So it's mostly the Vlandians, the Western Empire and the Northern Empire that we need to be at peace with. Everyone else, not so important. I haven't recalled the army just yet because I want people to have a bit of time to recover. Okay, Echelera the Black, you have been waiting a very long time for this. I don't know how easily you're going to be able to make a clan at this stage, but and of course I need to find you. Where are all the oh, this is an Imperial place, isn't it? Imperial City. The one advantage Echelera will have is that she's the only noble at the moment who has a city. So in theory she's in line to become more powerful than the others. There's Litka. This is going to get harder and harder as more of our family come of age. Oh, nope, that's Iona. Of course, Echelera isn't going to be wearing a crown, is she? Oh yeah, we can also hire mercenaries in theory. Not sure we need to for the Sturgians though. Litka again. Okay, we're clearly on the wrong floor. And I think going down is our only real option. That's the way out. Echelera, there she is.
I'm at your command.
Okay. Nope, not a castle. I want to give you Rotai itself. So, gonna spell it fancy again. Fen Black. Could call it Fen Noir, I suppose, if I wanted to be really fancy. Yeah, I guess I don't particularly want to sound Saxon anyway, do I? These guys are meant to be Celtic. Not that there's anything Celtic about French either, that's... but... Fen Noir, it does roll off the tongue quite nicely. Okay. Resource Castle. I'm partly just thinking that getting these nobles set up while we're at peace with the Empire would be a good plan anyway. Alright, Philenos. Here he is.
I'm yours to command.
Resource Castle. Fenrob. Right, let me check my troop numbers. Yeah, we have room for more troops, don't we? I'm kind of thinking it's probably time to call an army again. So let's get my own parties. So let's just grab everyone for now. I might leave the Sturgian nobles alone. But once we've made them, that is. Oh, actually, Omor is a city as well, isn't it? So Echelera isn't alone in having a city. Yeah, so basically we're paying a very high price. That's how much we're losing every day. Good grief. For peace. But that does give us breathing room to not only make our nobles, but also give them time to increase their power and also give us time to stomp on the Sturgians. So what I'm hoping is, if we get both of these Sturgian nobles as nobility before we start attacking the Sturgians, we can award Sturgian fiefs to Sturgian nobles, which will be a lot more stable. Ah, it's good that they're besieging of Castle. That's exactly where we were going to go next. I might pick up some more mercenaries as well while we're there. So a lot of our keeping things Battanian is going to go out the window. Now, final phase of the game can be a little chaotic. However, to start with, our first order of business is find Vuldrat. And then we're going to go and rescue Hemel and make him a noble. So I don't know how hard it's going to be for us to stabilise things. We need to get our tribute payments down to the point where they're not absolutely killing us, which at the moment they obviously are. I'm sure we're still going to be paying tribute for quite a while, but I don't know, it's a dead end. But if we get it down to a point that we can actually afford that's not such a bad thing, because all of the time we have nobles, their power and therefore our power is going to be increasing. So the longer we can successfully keep our kingdom going with our 6 nobles, the more powerful we become. So it's worth paying money to achieve that, to just buy ourselves time. Especially because the Sturgians and the Battanians we can already attack, we can already conquer. So we've actually started in a pretty good position. Right, so you are having Omor. So you'll be Fen. Fenfish. 2 H's is intentional again, I'm just making it look fancy. Okay, so I don't want to pull him into our arm. Actually, do I though? Because having him be part of... Okay, so that's a pretty big army. Still got a fair militia and garrison there though. Yeah, maybe I should get him to join us. Sorry, I'm just thinking having him be part of the group taking... I should try and stop anyone else from joining them at least. Taking Sturgian fiefs might make it easier for us to suggest that he be the one who gets the fief. Not very clear why I can't click on this guy.
Stop there. Who are you? It is better we know each other's names, even if we fight.
Okay. This is definitely going to have to be the last fight this session.
On my orders!
Okay, well we've got Felanos being a marksman again. You can have his usual
Form a shield wall!
what have we got? Okay. Is this impassable ground? No, it is not. Right, okay then. Well, in that case, how about we go here instead? Because then I can... Okay. Let's stick our Nope, no, apparently I'm not. Okay. Let's put them there. Again, loose formation. And, right, so we want our right flank wildlings here. Our left flank wildlings I want up there. I think that's everything. Alright, maybe you should do the yeah, I think I'll do it. Might want to move our troops across a little, if we possibly can. Hey fellas, could you maybe just move over a bit? Oh, maybe not quite that far. There we go.
Horse archers! Archers! Horse archers! Follow your sergeants! Soon take over command!
Just checking that the archers aren't also doing that. Okay, but yeah, we seem to have a nice bit of right.
Infantry charge! Infantry charge! Soldier attack!
Excellent. A bit concerned about the cavalry, especially that flanking group over there, but there's only so much I can do. Alright, so I think at this point it might make sense to just let them all take command. Might go and take these archers down actually. That's one thing I can do that will be useful. So not using shields more or less by definition. And it could be bad news for our mounted troops if nothing else. And then I might actually focus on the mounted ones. Speaking of, mounted Sturgians. These guys are probably the closest thing to my own culture. I mean, apart from the actual Battanians, who are my own culture. Yeah. We've got a Battanian versus Sturgian war. Oh, you've got a banner. Let me just down that thing for you. So, I don't know if you remember, but downing enemy banners can take away some of the benefits to get from them until they pick them up again. It's never a bad thing to take down an enemy banner. Really shouldn't be taking these guys on single-handed. Let's go back to the... Ooh, that hurt. Let's go back to taking down the mounted troops. You've got to remember that I may not get time to recover before the next fight. So I don't want to do myself in like I do when I'm going in for a siege. With fact, fighting near our own troops and archers and so on. Seriously guys, there's a massive hill right there. Would not actually be a bad thing. That's it, fellas. This looks good. Bunch of archers on the hillside. Some heavily outnumbered enemies. I think we're done. If you're running away, you're going in the wrong direction. Got some more reinforcements. For some reason are insanely attacking us. I mean, I admire bravery, guys. This really isn't realistic. So while I feel bad about attacking you, until you see sense and run away, can't all be running. Or would have got a message. Oh, there it is.
In
This is going to end up being extremely messed up. That's fine. Still got my Khazate archers, plus the sword sisters will turn into mounted archers. So I might, oh they can at least. So I might even rely on them for mounted archery for a while. Oh, do a couple more mounted melee. And I'm going to do this as experience again. It's not that we don't still need money, but we also need to move fast. Okay, army's looking a bit better at least. They just drop off our prisoners. So I specifically want to have the noble prisoners in a keep. Happy to recruit the rest. Let's get some mercenary macemen. Anything we want to trade while we're here? Get rid of some of the excess horses. So yeah, I think we're going to finish up there. So we've got 5 of the 6 nobles that we're aiming to get. The 6th is currently being besieged in Nov Castle. That's Kemmel, our old companion. And we have an army big enough to take down the army that's besieging him. Partly because we took out their reinforcements on the way. So yeah, effectively next turn we're going to start by wiping out this army. But let's just do our level gains. Okay, no level gains, that's fine. But we'll do our perks. Mounted patrol, so minus 50% escape chance to prison in your party. That is well worth having. Yeah, I think we'll go with that one. Makes it much harder for our valuable prisoners to escape. The thing is, if you get to a point where the enemy has no nobles, they can't raise armies. So, yeah, you need nobles to raise armies. So if we can lock all the Sturgian nobles away, we're just going to have a field day. I'm not saying that that's likely to happen. I could use the... oh yeah, plus recovery of lost hit points. Much as I like the combat movement speed, I think we will go with that. Cadria. Triage tent, how often are you going to be static? I think she's going to be moving a lot. Life rest, now he is going to be static. He's got steward. So he probably won't be joining an army. But garrison wages, on the other hand, would be very useful. Because it will allow him to have a larger garrison. Athletics, 11. I think I'll go with well built anyway. Even though it's potentially useful. Leadership for Athene. Plus 5 party size for each town you control. She doesn't control any. But that will make her troops much faster. So much more experienced. And she's actually got some trade. She's probably more likely to sell equipment, honestly. Oh, is there another one? Oh, one-handed. Swift Strike versus... Yeah, let's go with Swift Strike because I'm not sure what weapon she's using. Riding for Litka. Okay, I think she uses the bow, so she'll want Nimble Steed. Oh, she actually did gain a level. Maybe riding would be a good option. I think it probably would be. Okay. And I think that's it. We did donate stuff for experience. So this is the experience we got by donating equipment to our troops. I think the idea is they're effectively gearing themselves up from the equipment we didn't keep. So while that does cost us money, and if we get to the point where we're ending a war, I might keep equipment. Okay, so sword sisters can become mounted archers, so I'm going to go with that whenever we can. Yeah, it's generally, in this stage of the game, it's probably more valuable to donate equipment. Because our troops are constantly being killed and being re-recruited, so the more experience we can give them rapidly, the better. So yeah, I think we're off to a good start. Went quite a bit over, but there's a lot to do. So yeah, we are now a kingdom. We are the Celts, and so we're basically in competition with Battania. We're going to replace Battania as the main Battanian kingdom, especially once we've smashed the Sturgians. But for now, we're trying to take some Sturgian holdings, so hopefully we can give Belgard to Vuldrat, because at the moment, oh no, not Vuldrat, Kemmel. So at the moment Kemmel only has off the castle, so we definitely want to make Kemmel a noble. But if Vuldrat's the only option, we'll give it to him anyway. But yeah, it'd be nice if Kemmel could have a city as well as a castle. But effectively, we've got these guys on our border with the Sturgians and the Khazate, really. So they are going to be kind of guarding us. But any additional fiefs we can give them, they're all to the good. But we'll cover most of that next time. For now, we'll just leave it there. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.